had a good question for you. How you doing, Susan? Nice to meet you. My name is Miqel Jordan, and firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for your spectacular performance.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, it was very enjoyable and eye-opening, and to go off of the question you asked Daquan here, which is my friend actually, that first song kind of it put some things in perspective, but yeah, we're both artists and we're friends and we do work together. So
Uh-huh.
there's some things to learn from that. But I was going to say when you asked him, does he sing? I wanted to ask you, like, what's your journey been like learning how to sing, and like, how did that go for you? Because I actually do sing, and I've been teaching myself over the past few years or couple of years, and I like to learn more as much as I can.
Yeah. Do you sing live or do you record a lot?
I usually just record.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got started singing. I
Mm-hmm.
just happened to just accidentally find some sort of voice and a melody that I had for a song I was writing, and people liked it. And then now I perform and I try to sing live, but
Uh-huh.
it's like my voice isn't all the way as honed as it could be, you know?
I do think it's hazardous. It's a little dangerous to compare our live singing to recordings.
Mm,
It's really unfair. I mean, if you think about how much effort goes in, if you have a home studio, you know this, or if you've worked in a studio, you know how much pitch correction goes into a recording, right?
yeah,
Have you seen
yeah.
that stuff? The software is, I mean, it's unreal, like how you can, raise, lower,
Hmm.
shorten, right? So we can make a recording result that is so perfect that there's no way to recreate that live. I
Right.
mean, it's just like, so we have to be gentle with ourselves in terms of, if I was to listen back to this performance and I'd be like, that was flat, that was, what the hell was, right?
Mm,
I think we have to be gentle with ourselves between
okay.
these two formats, right? So it starts there. Um, I do think getting comfortable with hearing yourself in a recording format and getting to a point where we like the result, just keep banging at it, right? Keep banging at it. And then listen to somebody you like. Listen to somebody whose results you really like. It's okay to have a template to aim at. It's okay to
Okay.
have like three models in front of you that
Yeah.
you just like how they sing, even if you just have a snippet or two. So you play a bit of yourself, right? You listen to a
Hmm.
bit of yourself, and then you play those pieces that you like, and you listen to them, and then you go back to your own thing, and you make your thing a little more like the model.
Yeah.
Inevitably, you'll never mimic them perfectly. You never will. It doesn't matter how hard you try because you're an individual. You're a creative, unique individual. You cannot mimic them. You will never be
Right.
able to mimic them. You'll wind up being yourself. So it's okay to listen to models, right? Back and forth. And then go, I like this. I like this about that. In terms of singing live, I do have this thought for you, which is, like I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not listening to myself. You're talking to me, you're not listening to yourself. Sometimes when we sing, we start listening to ourselves, right? We start listening to
Yeah.
ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then we take this hammer, right? And we hit ourselves with the hammer. And also, when there's a high note, we listen to the notes. We stop making sense.
Yep, that was me last night trying to do some falsetto stuff, and I stopped
Yeah.
as soon as I started.
Yeah. Because you were listening, right?
Yep.
But if you remember, but if you go back to the emotional impulse that is the singing, right? Like when I was doing like the Sorry About Jesus song, which is very conversational, right? Or what did you do
Hmm.
to your face? I'm just singing the sentences. Pitch is incidental.
Mm.
Pitch happens automatically, unconsciously, right? So to go back and tune in on that and hurt ourselves with it, that's so much less helpful than trying to communicate. Like you right now looking at me, if you were to perform and just tell me like a conversation, when you sing, focus on helping me understand the words. A lot of
Yeah.
the singing takes care of itself,
Okay.
right? we've
Yeah.
all seen we've all seen performers who listen to themselves instead of communicate, right? Like, Lounge singers from the past, like Frank Sinatra. Like he would listen to himself, right? He was like, I'm so terrific, right? There's nothing in it for me as the audience.
Mm,
But when we communicate out, the audience cannot look away because you're speaking to us. So tell us as you perform, never forget to tell, right? Communicate with the audience, and a lot of the rest will take care of itself.
okay. Well, I'm really glad you said that because if I get to perform, I actually have a song where it's me. It's a song of self-reflection that also, like, if I were to perform it, it would sound like I'm asking you guys too, or like prompting you
Yeah.
guys to self-reflect. Like the hook is literally like four questions to ask yourself. This song is called Situations, and it's like I said, a self-reflection of my life over the past few years. Look, Uh, look, look, look. Sometimes I look up at my life and find myself in similar situations, similar relations. If you try to retrace my path of circles, what you're making, feeling forsaken, feel like I'm breaking. But now I'm learning, now the feeling's shaking. Things happen for a reason, unless I'm mistaken. I have awakened from the deep sleep, that's hibernation. Now that I'm up, yeah, it's time to eat, it's time to feast. I'm giving you a live look in the belly of the beast. Uh, and it ain't shit in there to say the least. Since I was younger, I had a hunger that never ceased. Pops always said I had a bottomless pit, never bit off more than I can chew. I finish all that I bit. I got a void in my being. Maybe I'm just trying to spill it. Got this can of beans. Maybe I'm just trying to spill it. I don't give a fuck if you feel it. I'm just talking from my spirit now. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck who hear it now. Talking to the man in the mirror now. Do you understand? Is it clear now? Are you in acceptance or you winning now? Has anything changed since then and now? Talking to the man in the mirror now. Do you understand? Is it clear now? Are you in acceptance or you winning now? Has anything changed since then? And hell yeah, shit has changed. I don't even feel the same. These past 3 years, I done went through hella change. I don't even know what's really going on in my brain. I'm insane. I look at who I was and then I see who I became. In some ways, I'm hot shit, but in some ways, I'm not shit. At least compared to what I used to be. But the truth you see is that it's all a part of growth and maturation. So the fact that I'm so different now is part of the explanation. Sometimes you take the wrong way, but you reach your destination. For anyone that's relating is why I'm giving this information about my trials and tribulations. Constant battles had with Satan and the evil powers that be in control of all these nations. Yes, I accept who I am and who I was, and I'm only gonna get better cause I self-love. I don't really care if anybody else does. I understand the true powers in the man and the man up above. Talking to the man in the mirror now. Do you understand? Is it clear now? Are you in acceptance or you winning now? Has anything changed since then and now? Talking to the man in the mirror now. Do you understand? Is it clear now? Are you in acceptance or you winning now? Has anything changed since then and now? Thank
Damn.
you so much.
Very nice.
Woo! Woo! I love the tribulations. I love the rhyme of the beast and the ceased, right? Those are the best rhymes where they don't even spell right, right? You know what I mean? Beast and ceased. That's so great because you don't see it coming. How easily does that come to you to assemble that? Like, did you feel like that came together in a day or?
Um, so it's actually a pretty interesting story behind this because honestly, I did not like this song because this is one of my first songs that I ever wrote.
Uh,
And I think it took me about like within 2 days, I probably put about like at least 8 hours or plus, 8 hours plus into it.
mhm.
And I made it. And it was my first song, my first one of my first songs I wrote and then recorded too. Like it was one of my first recordings. And I didn't like my delivery as much, and I kind of just like shoved it away in my audio file cabinet and found it recently, and it just really it resonated with me. And So I'm just happy that I found it again because it just reminded me how detailed I was in my writing process when I first started. Like every line was very I can't even understand really how it happened for me because it was new
Yeah.
and it just so to answer your question, I think I really just get moved to make the music that I make, and
You know,
that's how
one
it works.
thing, oh man, it was that was really so enjoyable to watch you do that and hear you do that. One thing to
Thank
mention about friendship in a context like this, you know, if you've made a lot of songs, it's okay to put a lot of songs out there. Make a lot of songs, and people will kind of let you know which songs resonate most with them.
you. Mm,
Sometimes as a creative person, like I write a song and I think, oh, this is so great. I'm convinced of it. I put it
yeah.
out there and people are like, "Hmm." I'm like, what? That's
Yep.
a right? And you're like, I just killed myself to get this song out
Mm,
there. You do some other song where it's like, you know, I wrote it in, 2 hours or something. Put it out there. People are like, yes. Like that, what did you do to your face song? That did not take real long to write. And I thought this is like
mm.
the dumbest throwaway song. Oh my God, this song, like so many
It was
people
really
sing it.
good.
Well, right, it's relatable, right?
Yeah.
And so, as a creative person, right, I would encourage you to do the same as a lot of folks I know who do this over a long period of time, which is to make a lot.
Mm,
Just make a lot of tracks, make a lot of songs, and put them out there and see what people respond to. And the
got it.
ones that you love, that other people love, those are the winners,
Okay.
right? If it's you and other people, it's a winner, 100%.
Yep.
I think that was, I mean, as far as what I just heard, I loved that. So if you love that song, I mean, at least two of us agree.
Hey. Well, thank you so much, Susan. I
You bet.
appreciate all your insight and just sharing this moment with you.
All
And
right. Thanks for that performance. That was wonderful.